Welcome to StartUp Diaries, sponsored by PointClick Technologies. My name is Zainab Sise, and this is a new series highlighting 10 Gambian founders and their startup stories. Each episode has an in-depth interview with the founder, highlighting their ups and downs throughout their journey. Whether you are in the Gambia or somewhere out there in the diaspora, this show is for you. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below, as we would love to hear from you. Enjoy the show.
Hi everyone, my name is Binta Khan-Badjie. I'm the CEO of Nopal Jegg Enterprise. I was born and brought up in the Gambia. The business is a sole proprietorship, but it's a family business. Nopal Jegg produces cereal that are made from locally grown grains: rice, findi, millet, corn, cassava, baobab, and wonjo. We have chakri, chere, findi, chura gerte, sanghal, noflai, baobab powder, wonjo powder. We also do seasoning, but on order basis. Nopal Jegg initially was not my idea. It was my mom's idea. So it started, like, she was a small trader, I can say. She would sell anything, food, for her friends. She was also a professional banker. But when she traveled and came back, she was like, I want to help women. So we started with selling breakfast and any snack that women in the banking industry would need. Later on, her friends would call and say, can you please prepare us cherry? Because most of them do not have the time to do that. When they come from work, they will pick up their food stuff. So later, the demand, there was a huge demand for it. So it became a lucrative business, and we started drying them up and then selling it to them. So the name Nopal Jegg is local. It's a wall of word. It means give the lady a break. So later on, I realized what she wanted was she wanted women to have time to be able to eat healthy, because whatever we produce, it was local, and we all know this stuff. Like, if you're in the Gambia, you know chura gerte, you know karao, you know chakri. So she wanted these women to have access to these products. Like, if you close from work at 5, you work from 8 to 5. You can still go home, prepare this food for your family, and have a good dinner or breakfast with them. So the name Nopal Jegg means give the lady a break, and that is what inspired her. So she came up with the name. Because the process is tedious, from buying the products from the market, the raw material, processing it, and all this thing, I felt, her focus was ladies, but later the men would be like, what about us? So it was like general, though the name was already there, Nopal Jegg. When she passed away in 2017, and I took over the business in 2018, what I did was, the Nopal Jegg was already a household name in so many businesses, especially in the greater Banjul area, like the banks. So I went back to them and told them, it is still happening, but I want to rebrand. I want to make it so that everybody that needs it can have access to it. And I realized that eating healthy was becoming a norm in the Gambia. People were becoming more aware of these local foods that we have, and that it is healthy. So I went to certain companies, and I introduced the new packaging that I have. It was something else before what we have right now. We did door-to-door marketing, and we also went to few supermarkets through the help of GCCI, because there were some trainings that we attended. So through these trainings, we were able to do B2Bs, and we were able to pitch our products, our businesses, and we had access to some of these supermarkets. So for me, directly, most of my customers are indirect. I supply to supermarkets and retail stores, and only 25% of my customers come directly to me. I would say around in the greater Banjul area, everybody appreciated it because I know women, most of my target market, they don't have time to do the job. So it was really appreciated and they loved the idea. But when I went beyond the greater Banjul, like in Birkama, I tried it in Birkama and Basse, like I can say those people, they have the time and they can do it, and it didn't work. The idea was there already, the brand was there, Nopal Jegg, but in 2018, when I was rebranding, it was kind of like tough because packaging is a problem in the Gambia. So I did a lot of research when I took over, and I had to import the packaging material because I was looking for something sustainable. Everybody is going back green. What can I do? Nopal Jegg, it's local, it's green. So the packaging has to match the product. So I said, I will do a packaging that is sustainable, that won't harm the environment. So I came up with this idea. I had a few mentors and everybody was excited that, you know, this is great. When it comes to purchasing raw materials, well, there I have a problem because Gambia, price of goods, I can say it's not stable. You cannot say like from January to December, I can buy coos or corn at a particular price. It's seasonal. After the rainy season, it is cheap, but like when the dry season comes, my raw materials become so expensive, which means I cannot determine this is the price. Today you can buy it for $10. Tomorrow if you go to the market, it's $20. So our prices are seasonal, which means after harvest, it is cheaper. And then when we go into the dry season, like during this time, raw material is very, 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 very expensive. And you cannot just say because in these 3 months it is expensive, you have to increase the price of your products. It doesn't work like that. You have to alert your customers, or you have to come up with ways of telling them that your products are going to increase. And the way the trend is going, I can say every year by December, I have to increase the cost of my products. It was $100. In 2 years now, it's costing $150 because of the raw materials and the importation of the packaging materials. So all these things are expensive, and for me, my cost of production is high. That is why I cannot sell my products at a very lower price. We kind of do like a barter system because we have relatives in the rural area. We give them the things that they ordered, and then we'll get the raw materials, whether it's coos, granite, corn, whatever, depending on what they are giving back to us. So it's kind of like a barter system. That is basically what we are using with women farmers in the rural area. The Nopal Jegg staff, we are 5 in number. Myself, my sister, 2 of my aunties, and my brother, which means at least there's a balance. He's the only male in the team. He's residing in the US, and he also does a lot of marketing for us. The rest of us, we are all involved in production, supply, but I do most of the logistics, that is finding new prospects, going to B2Bs, conferences, trainings. But I try as much because my sister is also going to school, which means she's a part-timer in the business. My auntie, 2 of them, they are full-time. They are mostly in the production. So when there's a training called by either government or these implementing partners, the production team, I usually push them to go and to get more acquainted with some of our suppliers or other partners that we deal with, our key partners that we deal with in the business. We attended a lot of trainings, including the Empretech training. I was part of the first cohort of the Woman Boss. And from the Woman Boss training, I can say that is when I definitely rebranded, because I was like, this is it. Like those, the group of women that I met, we supported each other, and whoever comes up with the idea, like no idea was zero or no idea was wrong. So we all sat down and we all change our business ideas. Like I said, the packaging, it was after I attended the woman boss training, and I was like, okay, I really have to rebrand. When I spoke with my mentor, she was like, do it, forget about pricing. Once your product is good, people are gonna buy. So find your niche market and focus on them. That is it. So I was like, this is it. That's what I'm going to do. So the other trainings we also attended are the packaging trainings by GYCC or the Gambia Women Chamber of Commerce. We had a lot of training on food processing. In 2018, when I took over the business, I used the little bit of savings that I had to rebrand, repackage, and take the business to the next level. And recently, I received the Tony Elumelu grant of 5,000 US dollars. It has really helped me a lot in the business, especially when it comes to importation of the packaging material, buying of raw material. So this year has been really great for Nopal Jegg because of the funds that we had. I couldn't get it in the Gambia, so I started searching online where I can get grants or access to funding until when I read about the Tony Elumelu Foundation, and it's a 6 months course that you have to do. There are so many things that you have to do. You have to pitch your business, you have to write to exams, you have to do certain trainings, and then I won. I was like, wow. Out of all the people, about 500,000 Africans, and I was part of the winners. Well, that was a great achievement for Nopal Jegg. There have been challenges. Before we received the grant, like I said, I just had my small savings, and we have knocked on so many doors for help, but cost of capital has always been a problem. Getting access to supermarkets have also been a problem, because sometimes you knock at their doors. It's difficult. You don't seem to come to an agreement, because sometimes they might want to pay you a month after you supply. And like I said, we are small businesses. We need help. The cash and carry would be good for us, but waiting after a month to to do payments would really hurt our business, because the business deals with cash. We have our operating cost, and then we need cash to do some of the things that we do, especially buying of the raw materials and some of the things that we need during the production process. Currently, we have a social media handler, and I have realized that most of my customers that have reached out are all in the diaspora. So I'm like, then maybe my customers are not in the Gambia only, but in the diaspora, and I think I should focus outside. But some of the challenges that we have in the Gambia right now, we cannot sell international because of certification problem. To have our products certified that this can sell in international stores, like you go to Tesco or somewhere and find Nopal Jegg product, would only be possible if we have certification. So if maybe the government of the Gambia can come up with a lab or have partnership with other certified organizations that can help food processors in the Gambia, that would really help us to export our products and go international. If you want to start up a business, no matter how small it is or what it is, just do it, go for it, because for this country, like to develop, we need a lot of SMEs, because if you look at all the developed countries, the US, Germany, more than 50% of their economy is from SME, their GDP. So exactly this is what we need in the Gambia. No matter how small your business is, just have your market, concentrate on them, and then I think we'll make it.